Hello and welcome to the second episode of Honest Talk. Here with me is the Honest Sister, Tracy to be honest, and absent this week is 96 Steelman. This week, me and the Honest Sister we'll be talking about the new series of Naruto manga. You can start though.
Okay. Well, as we know, the new series has started. Naruto and Sarada. Now the story is supposed to be about Naruto. Well, it's called Naruto Seventh Hokage Gaiden, Naruto Gaiden, Seventh Hokage, and the spring, the Crimson Spring or something like that. And it's supposed to be about Naruto, his son. But so far, all we've seen is Sarada and Sasuke, and it's about them, and Chocho.
For some reason.
For some odd reason. No idea why. They're kind of lame characters. I mean, the most recent release of the manga, Sarada has pretty much left Sakura. She's pretty much said, why should I go get her? She's not my mother. What? The woman raises you. That's her own child. And you don't go get her just because some DNA test says she's not your mother?
And I have a question. How come Naruto doesn't know that Sarada was not Sakura's?
Yeah, because he acts like he doesn't know. Maybe they hid the pregnancy from him. Or she pretended to be pregnant. Or Karin was actually pregnant. A lot of people seem to know, but he doesn't. But she does act like...
No one seems to know.
No one seems to know about her whole birth.
The only two that know
are Sakura and Sasuke.
Yeah.
Because not even Sugetsu knew what the hell was going on. He was like, what? There's no way he could have been that big of a douchebag.
Scumbag, he said.
Yeah, well, he meant douchebag.
I know.
You know he did. And it's like, wait. She raises you and loves you as her own. And you're just going to forsake her because she's not your mother. You'd probably go save Karin just because she gave birth to you, but didn't raise you. Now, here's the thing. With all this advanced technology we've seen, laptops, cell phones, stuff like that, what if Sakura couldn't have children? What if the only reason Karin gave birth was because she could carry it, but Sakura was unable to even produce an egg to... What if that was the circumstance? I mean, what if Karin was never...
What if we never find out this?
Yeah, and that's going to really suck if we never find out the truth. And she even called Naruto a liar. How can Naruto be a liar? Because he clearly doesn't know. He probably honestly thought Sakura was her mother.
But then... Naruto was there when she asked Sasuke, and he seemed like he did kind of know.
Yeah, he seemed to know what was going on, but he's reluctant to tell her. And the way she's been acting, I'd be reluctant to tell her too.
But now it seems like he never knew.
She's acting like a spoiled brat.
Speaking of spoiled brats...
That leads us to the second spoiled brat of this. Actually, there are 3 spoiled brats so far. That's Sarada, Bolt, and Chocho.
Bolt is pretty much them just trying to
redo Naruto with resentment more than love and peace. But he's just like his father. He has the same temper, the same pranking mindset.
Pretty much the same pranks.
And yeah, he's doing all the same pranks. Even Shikamaru says you're doing just the same thing your dad did back in the day.
Yeah.
Iruka even mentions it. But he's a brat. He resents his father. I understand his kind of resentment. And it actually makes me wish Asuma Sarutobi was still alive. Because then somebody would be there to explain what it is to be the Hokage's son. Because his little sister, Himawari, is still too young, and she's more about her mother.
But we don't.
We haven't really seen her. We don't really know her interactions with her father. Or if right now she's at that stage where mommy is the most important person in her life. Because there's stages where Daddy's the most important and Mommy's the most important. We don't know if she's still in that stage where Mommy's the most important, or if she's hit that stage where Grandpa is the most important person. Though Hiyashi doesn't really fit the whole loving, spoiling grandfather figure. But you never know. He truly did love his daughters, even if he did treat Hinata like shit.
So what about the other story?
Which one? Oh, Chocho's story?
Not really, but while we're on the subject.
While we're on the subject of that.
She's not really spoiled, she's just stupid.
She's just stupid. Because it's clear that she has Karui's coloring, but Choji's... She wouldn't be able to do the Akamichi family jutsus if she was not an Akamichi. It's a Kenjutsu. It's not a bloodline, because it cannot be taught, but if somebody, I guess, trains hard enough, they could probably learn it. But it is not a bloodline. Because
how can you learn it without being taught?
Well, I mean, you can be, I guess you can taught, but it's harder for people who aren't born able to do it. But they can learn it. It's a Kenjutsu. Shikaku even explains what their thing is. Like, take Jiraiya. He took the Yamanaka family mind jutsu and created his own version of it. They can't learn it exactly like them, but they can learn a variation of it. Like, somebody, the Kage main jutsus, which is shadow possession, can be learned by somebody else, but they'd have to learn a variation of it. They couldn't learn the exact thing. That's why when you read fan fiction or something where Naruto has learned the shadow possession, it's bullcrap. He can learn a variation of it, but he cannot learn its exact thing.
Yeah, but they still have Chocho with this
fixation that her dad is not Choji and her mom is not Karui. She looks too much like those two to actually not be their kid.
But no matter what anybody tells her, people have actually told her she's stupid, but...
Yeah, and it actually makes me not look forward to the movie. To the movie. I want to watch it and I'll probably be disappointed in it because...
Well, you can't really get more disappointed.
I mean, I'm already disappointed. And I've only read a few chapters of the manga. I'm actually tempted not to read any more of the manga because of it.
Tempted.
But not going to do it. Because I'm too big of a Naruto fan not to. And I like learning what happened. But that's what 700 was for. And now, to all you Sakura Naru fans, I hate Sakura. Tell you right now. Please don't bash
Sakura fans.
I'm not totally bashing her because she wasn't totally useless.
Just in the beginning.
Just in the beginning, she was very useless. But I don't know, something about her just grates on me, and I couldn't honestly give you a straight answer why. Because look at my favorite character, Ino. The only thing she's good for is interrogation. She's pretty useless.
And the mind
stuff. Had she trained in like Genjutsu or even Kenjutsu, learning to wield a blade, she'd have been pretty cool. Or learning to use poisons like Shizune does. She could have been pretty badass. But she didn't. She wanted to be what Sakura was because she wanted to beat Sakura. Sakura's the greatest medical ninja you'll ever meet, and she isn't. She's average. She's an average Euro ninja. That's why they don't really send her out with the Euro ninja. She went with the 5th company during the war, not as an Euro ninja, but as a tactical ninja. But then she joined the 3rd company and the main battle regiment as a tactical alongside Shikamaru, while Choji was as ballistic battle.
Okay, now let's really get into the other point besides Sarada mother issues.
Sarada is
I said the other one. We already covered this one. You know, the guy with the monthly eyes.
Oh yeah, and
wanting Akatsuki back.
The guy who's bringing the Akatsuki back says that they are the new form of evolution of ninja. I'm like, okay, for one, just because you have a bunch of Sharingans in your body and you look like an alien does not make you the next evolution of ninja.
And you're a clone.
And yeah, and you're not even real. You're a clone. You're the clone of a great ninja. Or multiple ninjas in this case, maybe, and you're about to die.
If he doesn't get the operation.
If she doesn't operate on you, you're going to die. And if I was her, no matter what my oath as a doctor is, I wouldn't help you. I'd tell you to go screw yourself.
And you know what? But if he dies, they're gonna kill her. But if that happens, it's win-win.
Technically, yeah, because I mean, yes, she's died, and it's really sad, and most of us will be heartbroken. Most of us will be heartbroken over it. But it's in the end, if it means saving the ninja world, protecting her daughter, or doing the surgery and risking her daughter being eventually taken. Because you don't know what these new Akatsuki guys are. What if they want to grab the tailed beast again? What if they want to gather them up again? Or what if they have a new Eye of the Moon plan or something?
Don't they really have... Aren't they kind of... The tailed beasts, aren't they kind of...
Most of them
all but two...
No, most of them
regenerating or something.
Well, it's supposed to only take about 5 years for them to regenerate. So most of them have already regenerated.
But we don't know where.
Depending on, you don't know if they've got new Jinchuriki and then we just haven't met them yet. Or if when the tailed beasts were released, if Kurama and Naruto did something so that only Gyuki and Kurama were the only two Jinchuriki. Naruto and Killer Bee.
But yeah, speaking of the chapter 700, this may be a long time ago, but I think we could still talk about it. What was the deal of them showing us people that we don't even barely know?
But clearly are going to be big points in the next series. Like this new kid, he's going to be a part of the new Team 7. Mitsuki. And it's like, who is this guy? Who is his family?
We know he's a transfer student.
He's a transfer student from what we're believing is Kiri. Kirigakiri.
And thank you.
For those of you who don't know the Japanese equivalent, Kirigakiri no Seito is the village hidden in the mist. Sunagakiri no Seito is the hidden sand village, and so on and so forth. I don't know if I was saying those names right or what, so bear with me.
You're going to get slaughtered in the flame war that you start.
I know. I just started a flame war. Same with the soccer thing. We started a huge flame war.
They're gonna burn you with fire.
All right. But yeah, we're introduced to a lot of characters that are they gonna make, and then Anko. Anko's a big thing. She's fat now. It cracked me up when I saw her.
And exactly what you just said too. Another big thing was added.
But it was just funny. And I don't know, seeing Kakashi with 2 eyes, that's another thing that's just humorous to me. Or Guy unable to walk. That makes me sad. But he's still just as hyperactive as ever.
Well, I think it's funny that some of the major people from the Naruto Shippuden stuff are pretty much just disappeared.
Well, there's Yamato. We finally see Yamato again in this newest issue of the manga. He's old. And he's still active ninja, which is like totally cool. But he's so old. I mean, he's like, oh, it's awful.
What was he really doing? What?
He was doing a scouting thing for him.
Did they just meet up with him and he just took him to where Orochimaru was?
I think so.
Is it common knowledge where Orochimaru is now?
Well, it is for Yamato, I guess. I'm not really sure what's going on with Yamato, but I'm just commenting on how old he looked.
But yeah, is it common knowledge where Orochimaru is now? Does he have to keep tabs now since, I don't know.
I don't think he's really doing anything now. I think he still does his experimentations, but I really don't think he's doing anything right now. I think he's pretty much keeping to himself.
Was when Sasuke was...
When Sasuke reanimated him, he came back, and now he's fully back to life. I don't understand. When did that happen?
Was it because he got a new body?
I don't know. I guess that must have been what happened. But Orochimaru was dead, reanimated, and then I don't really know. Did you know what happened?
He got a new body.
I didn't know that. I need to reread.
Didn't you see that? He got a new body.
No, I need to go back and reread the manga, or at least the ending of mangas.
Well, yeah, like when Sasuke was pardoned of all his crimes, was he pardoned? Was he pardoned?
No, I don't think so. I just think that he came up with a solution, though he's not exactly pardoned, but I think his crimes, as long as they're not committed like publicly against the hidden nations, I think as long as he works with the hidden nations, I think he's safe from people coming after him.
Because if it's that easy to find him, I mean, and he still wanted.
Yeah, and he really doesn't seem like he's actually really going out of his way to hide anymore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like that. It seems like he doesn't care anymore.
It's kind of weird now. Now that we know that he always wanted the Sharingan eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we found out that he's the one who gave the eyes to Danzo.
Yeah, he's always wanted the Sharingan eyes, but when he had them, But here's also the case. Danzo might have brought him the eyes, and he transplanted them for Danzo. That doesn't necessarily mean that he already had the eyes. It just means Danzo.
Yeah, but that part wasn't said or anything. It was just
made it sound like he already had these. I'm like, wait, it can't be like that because.
And then he was able to make clones.
Yeah, so I mean, if he wanted the Sharingan so bad, why didn't he just take one of those eyes?
And why didn't he? Or maybe why didn't he just make?
Study the eyes and then make artificial ones.
And why didn't he make a clone? And why didn't he use the clone bodies to?
As a new body. It
Yeah.
just doesn't make any sense. A lot of it so far hasn't made any sense, and it isn't.
I wonder if they're going to tie it all together by the end.
I hope so.
Or at least up to the or at least tie it together in the movie. But if that's the case, then it's going to be Sarada.
He's going to be teaching Bolt the Chidori. That's not even cool. That's really not. That's like stepping on his dad's toes. Because clearly, you'd think Naruto would want to share him with him in Rasengan. Though I would say, no, I don't want to share my Rasengan with you because you're a spoiled little brat.
And Sarada learns the Rasengan.
Yeah, that's what I think. It'd be cool if Sarada then learns he learns the Chidori, and then Sarada learns the Rasengan. And then the Rasen Shuriken. And then, of course, because of that, he learned Chidori Light Spear.
I have no clue anymore. It's like they're trying to ruin the Naruto. It's like it's trying to ruin the Naruto franchise, but under the vise of making it better.
Yeah, it's just I'm like, what's going through Kishimoto's head? I'm like no.
Hey, one time I heard that he wasn't actually going to be an active part of it. He was just going to be an advisor, was it?
Yeah, but now he's actually labeled as the writer.
Yeah. And not just a
co-writer
or a creative mind.
Yeah, or a creative mind. He's actual writer. And it's like, Kishimoto, you've lost your edge. Is it because it's in peacetime? Like, supposedly all this is happening during peacetime.
Well, not all the stuff in the Naruto stuff was all war and stuff.
Well, no, but
like before the war.
I know there's some pretty lighthearted stuff. Even their fights with Zabuza and Haku were pretty lighthearted compared to stuff later on. Even take Gaara for instance. Gaara before he got the crap beat out of him by Naruto was like Zabuza creepy times 10.
Or just creepy.
Yeah, he was just creepy. But then he becomes one of your most beloved characters, and that's another thing. His hair. What the crap?
You mean the flat...
The flat, gelled back hair. I'm like, what the crap? What are you, 4?
Is he
a 4-year-old church Christian schoolboy?
It was like someone who hadn't had a bath in years just had a bath.
And decided to comb their hair back. And it's like the good boy Christian schoolboy.
Or someone forced that person.
Crap.
Or someone forced that person to take a bath and then just hit them with all sorts of cleanliness. I don't know.
It's like, no.
It doesn't really look like he could control sand anymore. It looked more like he controlled bubbles. He's so clean.
True. And Tamari's actually kind of cool looking now. You can tell her features have sharpened a lot and everything. Her features have really, really sharpened.
We're getting attacked.
A lot of them have. Ino actually looks similar, but pisses me off because in the last movie, watched it, loved it.
I never watched it.
It's good. In the last movie, Ino's features have become very sharp, just like Tamari's, and her hair is all done beautifully. But then in the new manga, her hair is back to being held back in a ponytail instead of straight down her back like it was in
700 because we haven't seen her in.
Yeah, 700. In 700, her hair is back in a ponytail and her hair is back to the way it was in Shippuden, which is stupid. Because 15 years have passed, and everybody else has changed. In facial feature and somewhat in clothing choices.
I also have a weird question. Who was that chick that Kiba was with?
Yeah, was she just some civilian that he's trying to hit on, or is she actually his wife or something?
I don't think they're married. I think that...
Or is he's stacking up with her?
I think that's pretty much it, but I don't even know who the hell she is.
So if any of you know who she is and would like to elaborate that with us,
comments.
Please comment that. Because I'm actually curious to who she is. Is she from another village that moved to Konoha? Or...
The only thing I really know about her is that...
She was in a filler, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was pretty much in a filler, or maybe a small cameo in the...
Was Kiba in the filler arc with her?
No. As far as I know, they never knew each other at all.
What the crap?
Because in the filler arc was actually with Sasuke.
Anyway, it's one of those things you just... Like, Ino doesn't change from 700, but in the last movie, she looks so elegant. Her hair is still covering the right side of her face, but her hair, instead of being held in a ponytail, is just down straight down her back. And she's really pretty.
You know what I think is kind of hilarious? In an interview between the last movie and the manga now, Kishimoto said that Hinata was going to be a main character, but no.
Yeah, because she's only been seen, from Bolt delivering the bento for his dad, and them having a picture of her doing it, of her face. That was it.
Kind of a sad face.
And then at 700, you only see her with Himawari.
Hope you say that right.
I know, I can't, I don't, her name is really...
Hima.
Yeah, the Himi. And I'm going to call her that because that means princess, and she's the daughter of the Hokage. That would pretty much equivalent of a princess in there, as far as the shinobi are considered probably.
Yeah, you look at how they treated Konoha.
But you only seen them, and they're putting flowers on Neji's grave, which is epically sad. Because you know that Neji and Hinata had reformed their brotherly sisterly relationship, and it's like I want to cry every time I hear about Neji dying. I just want to cry because he was one of the best characters.
You know, the only thing that we know about Himi is that she loves her brother.
Yeah, and she totally adores her brother. I don't think Bolt could do anything wrong in her eyes.
That's the only thing we really know about. That's the only thing we know about her. She's never appeared in.
We do know she will be during the movie and in Gaiden. She's an academy. She's about to start the academy in the Gaiden. In Gaiden, she's about to start the academy. When he becomes a ninja, she'll start the academy. That's how far apart they are in age. They are far enough apart in age that they aren't even in the academy together at the same time, years apart.
But what else is new that we haven't touched upon? Because pretty much we don't know anything about any other people except someone we shouldn't know anything about, someone who should be the focus, someone who shouldn't be the focus, and
what the hell?
Yeah.
They've done those.
Like, Cho should even be in the
main time thing. It should be Bolt.
Yeah.
But it's not, or Mitsuki, since he's going to be apparently one of the main characters of the movie.
Like, for some reason, Bolt was complaining that he doesn't get to spend a lot of time with his father, but
and yeah, he's always messing with him. He's always trying to make him look bad and stuff. I'm like, really?
And they're playing hide and seek with.
I mean,
he's not playing with them.
I mean, but Naruto has paperwork. Naruto has to do all this work. He has to protect the village. He has to keep up with politics and stuff like that. He doesn't have time to cater to his son all the time. That's why he sent the clones out. Shikamaru kind of ruined it by telling him that was a clone. Or Shikadai, I can't remember.
He knew it was a clone.
No, Bolt didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
We will look at this again because I don't think he knew. Because he acted surprised.
Not really.
Yeah, he did, because the whole question marks, exclamation point
appeared another
next
point.
to his head. No, that was during that.
That was another point. And if he really wanted to spend time with his father, why didn't he say, no, I'm going to deliver the bento myself?
Yeah, he could have pushed. He was like, Sarada, you're going to go anyway.
But no, he was pretty much like, fine then, here you go.
And maybe it's because Mitsuki was with him, or something. That creepy thing. Like Hinata, Sarada stalked Bolt.
In 700 chapters. I don't know if they do it now.
Yeah, I don't know if she's still doing it, but that was funny.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious, but now it's like...
Now it's just like, eh.
Now I couldn't picture this Sarada doing that.
No, I don't. I can picture her doing it and then telling him that he sucks all the time. She's kind of a brat. She's kind of like a mixture of young Sasuke and Sakura's attitudes. She's kind of a mixture of those two. Sakura being a bitch and him being an emo bastard. She's like, once in a while she'll be a cold-hearted emo bitch, and then the next thing is she's a banshee like her mother was when she was a child. Hint. She was a banshee when she was a child. She's constantly screeching at Naruto, stuff like that.
But, and at least with Sakura in the beginning, they at least had some moments where you got to like her.
Yeah, she had her moments, like in the forest when she was protecting Sasuke and Naruto during the Chunin exams. She showed us that just because she's pathetic doesn't mean she was going to give up.
But with her
and she acknowledged it. She acknowledged that she was pathetic. I give her props.
I don't know if I can just say stepdaughter now, or...
I'm not going to say stepdaughter, because she raised her.
I'm pretty much sure it's pretty much stepdaughter now. You raised her, still step.
I know, but still, she's the only mother she's known.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
Right when she found out she had another,
she turned against her. Just the moment she found out that Sakura was not her biological mother, thanks to Sugetsu, it's like, what, Sugetsu, you just ruined everything. Because now she doesn't even want to rescue her. She's like, why should I rescue someone who is not my mother? I'm like, because you're one, you want to be a shinobi of the leaf, and two, she is a shinobi of the leaf, and three, she raised your ass. So get off your butt, get off your high horse, and go help rescue your mother.
And we haven't had any chance to like her.
No, because every time she turns around, it's like you want to hit her.
Yeah.
And if someone does soon, I'm going to.
Like I said, there was chances where you got to like Sakura, but with...
So far, her daughter has had no redeeming qualities.
But with Sarada, yeah, there has been those moments where you like her. It's just like, but she finds this out, boom.
Her mind's instantly changed. She was all for finding out who her birth mother is, and Naruto said what he did to her. And then all of a sudden, the moment the data comes back that there's a match between her and Karin, instant. Sakura's not my mother. Why should I save her? It's like, because she raised your ass.
This is also a cliche, technically, in those shows and movies where the girl finds out that the person who's raising her
isn't her parent.
Yeah.
She automatically turns against them. That's such a stupid cliche that I'm going to hit the person when I find out.
But then again, you got to remember, usually in this storyline, the mother that raised her is usually abusive.
Yeah, but this one isn't. Sakura is powerful. Sakura did destroy their home with a punch. But she never hurt Sarada herself. Frankly, she should be lucky because Karin was psycho. Karin was a psycho. I mean, sure, Karin was also strong. I mean, she grabbed the jubei with her chakra chains, and that was totally badass on her point. Sakura did something stupid, though, during the war. She ran at Kaguya. It's like, what? You're running at this godlike being, and she just put something through you. Sasuke just told you not to run your ass at her.
Didn't she do it again and punched her right into the...
Yes, she did it again. She did it a second time, which I will give her props because she did make contact.
And she was actually one of the reasons why they won.
True. I'll give her props for that.
Because she punched her back down.
Of course, then Sasuke and Naruto had to go off and do their fight. And when Naruto was talking about how he talking to Minato as he's disappearing about the girl he found, about the girl who will stand by him, I know a lot of you speculated like how great she is and stuff. I know a lot of people speculated that he was talking about Sakura. He wasn't. He was talking about Hinata.
Well, actually, we really don't know.
No, I'll give you the website later and you can go look. On that fan site that I'm always going on.
Word. Fan.
Well, no, I'll show it to you later. Anyway, if I find out that he actually was referring to Sakura, yeah, he married Hinata, I'm gonna find Kishimoto and hit him.
Well,
I might go to jail for it, but
still, we don't know who he was talking about. We don't know if he was talking about Sakura or
if he was talking about or he was talking about all the females that he is close to in general. Like, because he's close to Tsunade, he's close to Shizune, he's close to, even Tsunami, Ayame,
pretty much almost every female character in the...
Well, in Long Leaf Village, or he's actually formed a relationship with them. Like Sume, he kind of has a, because Inari calls him Big Brother, so I guess kind of a mother-son relationship there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all the girls in the Konoha 12, Tenten, Hinata, Sakura, and Ino.
But yeah, we don't know who he was talking about.
Oh, if you look up biographies, it turns out that Kushina had a Genin team. And I want to talk about these three, because these three piss me off.
There you go, you can talk.
Okay, her three students were Abiki Marino, Yugao, I can't remember her name. Yugao, I know she's the Anbu captain, Kat. And unknown character. I think he died during the Third War after making Chunin. But Abiki Marino and Yugao were two of her students. Kenjutsu student and a famed torture interrogator. But neither of them tried to help Naruto. They never showed any hatred towards him. They never did anything to him. Yugao was actually on his Anbu squad that watched over him for years with Kakashi and Itachi. Before Itachi went crazy and Inu, also known as Kakashi, left. But she stayed on until he became a Genin. After he became a Genin, he no longer had an Anbu squad watching over him.
Because ninjas die all the time.
Exactly. But he became a Genin, and he no longer needed that protection because he was no longer needing to be protected by the civilians. Because as a shinobi, if a civilian attacks him, he has the right to fight back and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they were always trying to keep him from becoming a shinobi, because as long as he was a civilian and he killed one of them, he'd be tried for murder. Now, if you attack a shinobi, the shinobi has a right to defend themselves.
Yeah.
So does the kid, but since the Hokage couldn't interfere because it's a civilian matter, and the civilian council has control over civilian population, which is the stupidest thing in the world. You're in a shinobi village. Why have a civilian council? Have a civilian representative to represent the civilian populace.
Or at least two.
At least 1 to 2 civilian representatives who understand ninja life. But Teuchi Ichiraku deals with shinobi and civilians every day in his ramen stand. Deals with them every day.
And he knows ninja secrets.
Yeah, because they talk about it in front of him because they know he will keep it secret. Or he'll ignore them. Pretend he doesn't hear anything. Him and his daughter. Have them as a representative. And have the blacksmith. The blacksmith deals with both civilian and probably ninja. Civilian, like farming equipment and stuff, and weapons for the ninja. You don't want, if you're gonna have a civilian representative, have someone who also understands though where the shinobi are coming from, because shinobi see things differently from civilians. What civilians sees as murder, shinobi sees as their job. Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things. But no, they have a whole council of civilians who always side with Danzo and the other two elders.
Used to side with Danzo.
Right, used to side with Danzo. Danzo is gone. Brutally.
Unforgivingly.
But still.
Who are the worst characters in...
Danzo. Madara.
I didn't say villains, I said worst characters.
Oh, characters that are just annoying and stuff?
Yes.
Madara.
Or we
Danzo.
hate.
Sakura. She's not as bad as the other two, but she's on the top 10. Sarada. Bolt. Now, Sarada and Bolt are a little further down because, one, we haven't really got to know them yet. They haven't done anything to redeem themselves yet. And Bolt, to be honest, Bolt is further down than she is because he hasn't really been in the manga yet.
Yeah, the movie's named after him, but he's more of a minor character.
In the manga. In the movie, he asked Sasuke to be his sensei.
Apparently.
Or his master, Shisho or something.
Unless he's going to be the...
But I don't understand why he would hate the Hokage so much. Not only is his father the Hokage, but his grandfather was Hokage as well. Naruto, but then you gotta see it like this, Naruto could have been the exact same way Bolt is, resenting the Hokage if Minato had lived.
Yeah.
So you gotta take him into account. And then, if Naruto had let the darkness take him when he was little, him and Sasuke could have switched places.
Yeah. You know what the weird thing is? I have actually read up on Bolt, and they say that, and it says that he wants to become Hokage.
No, he doesn't.
No, it actually said that.
Since when?
Since when they started showing him. He says he's going to be a great ninja.
I thought he said that he was going to surpass all the Hokage. But he didn't want to be Hokage, but he would surpass them all.
No, he said he was going to surpass them, but he was also going to be one.
You can't be Hokage if you hate the Hokage. Why would you want to be Hokage if you hate the Hokage? He even says in his work, in 700, I hate the Hokage.
Well, this is something that people who really don't have the answer say is raisins.
What the? Flapper nuggets.
Or potatoes, I don't know.
He said in words, in 700, these exact words, I hate the Hokage.
I have no clue. That's just what I read. You read stuff that makes me mad, I can read stuff that makes you mad.
That's just stupid. There's a lot of what ifs in Naruto. The Naruto series is filled with what ifs. And in the next time I help with an episode, we're going to do those what ifs because there's a lot of them. But for now,
another hated character, and I think we're going to have to go in detail with this one, probably on the next episode, and we're going to tell why. The third Hokage.
Yes, the third Hokage was probably, if you look into it and actually see all the stuff that he's done, you'll actually be probably the number one most hated character. Because he's my number one. He's my third most hated character.
He's my number one.
Comes first.
He's my number one.
Okay, I'll make him second because the other person, my other third one, my three, it goes Danzo, Sarutobi, and then Sakura. I really do not like Sakura. Don't flame me for this. I just don't like her.
But we'll explain why the third is
during our what if series.
Or our most hated
characters. And our most hated characters won't just be for Naruto. Because that will be no fun. They'll also go into other video games, anime, and even cartoons.
We love cartoons.
I don't care how old you get. You can always watch cartoons. Doesn't matter.
Well,
yes, no. I know people in their 40s watching cartoons still. Don't start with me.
Can I end the video now?
Yeah, go ahead.
From me and the Honest Sister, we will talk to you next time.
Bye.